was like, oh my God, what if I died? Now, I was just thinking of the emptiness of death, of the fact that, no, this was my mind state at that time, of the fact that if I were to die today, that was it, like nothing more. I was just watching, no intro, Peter? What? Of course. Hello, how you doing? Back to business. I was just watching Iron Fist, and your one, Colleen, she just said something that triggered up here. She said, you are a part of something bigger than yourself now, and that will make you stronger. And it made me think. It just, and immediately my mind just, and I just thought, and I wrote it down, because when I think, I like to write it down or record it, and once I've written it down, it kind of leaves my head, so now I can't say it from my head, I have to read it. But I'll try and read it in as passionate a way as I can. But what I wrote is, true, I am a Christian, and if I had my way, the whole world would be too. But even the Bible itself explains in Revelations that not everyone would make heaven, therefore not everyone will be a Christian. But there is a significance in believing in something bigger or greater than yourself. It does truly give you strength and a purpose. This is the main thing being a Christian gives me. I cannot remember the last time I felt genuinely scared. There was a time I feared, what if there was no God? And this religion I have been asked to devote myself to is not real. But it's funny how all I needed to assure myself about the decision was to make it. Once I made the decision, I was able to come to the realization that all that Christianity requires of anyone is to be a good person. That is literally all it requires of anyone. All that it has done is made me stronger, physically, mentally, psychologically, in every way it has made me stronger. And it has given me this resolve, this deep-rooted belief that I have a purpose, that no matter what happens, no matter what situation I find myself in, no matter how low life tries to beat me down, that it doesn't matter, because I have a purpose, and because I have reconnected with my source. And it's something that you won't understand if you haven't felt it. And I truly feel for people that haven't felt it, because I have lived the scared life. I've lived a life where I was so scared thinking about death. I was like, oh my God, what if I died? Now, I was just thinking of the emptiness of death, of the fact that, no, this was my mind state at that time, of the fact that if I were to die today, that was it, like nothing more. But now, I can tell you with 100% certainty, I don't fear death at all. Like, I am so convinced and so confident in the God that I believe in, that for me, I believe that there's no way that I'm going to die until it's my time. And if it's my time, then it's my time. I'm not, like, there are two things that I want to experience in life before I die. And that is to experience the love of the woman that God has created for me, and to experience the love of my children. Those two things are the once I have experienced those two things, well, in my mind right now, those are the only two things that I deeply long for. So provided I'm in full committance to the will of God, and I'm trying my best to follow the commands He has given me, and to be led by His Spirit. If I were to die tomorrow, that's His will. And think about it. If life is truly that empty, if it's truly that we only live to die, by the time you die, nothing that has happened before matters. Like, literally nothing that has happened before matters. So if it turns out that God isn't real, and we're just living for however many years we have on earth, by the time you die, whether I did all of the bad things that religion coaches me against, I have no consciousness to recall it. I have no consciousness to be like, oh my God, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. There is no consciousness for me to believe that, oh, I regret not doing this, or I regret not doing that. And all the bad things that religion coaches me against, the ones that I did before I was fully committed, those are the things that I feel most ashamed of. Therefore, I do not believe that I would even regret them regardless, because like I said, all Christianity coaches us to do is be a good person. And this is where I have an issue with how Christianity is currently preached and how Christians currently behave, because I feel the view that I see of Christians, and it's because it's what I was when I first became fully committed, or when I first thought I was fully committed. It's like we because, and it's something that I always see people say, you judge people because they sin differently from you. And that really resonates with me now, because back then nobody's perfect, therefore we all still sin. We all still have one sin that we commit. And back then, things that I was capable of abstaining from and other people's weren't, what? And other people weren't, I would judge them because I would look down on them because they were doing it, and because because I was abstaining from it. But that doesn't make me a Christian. Like, a Christian is someone who follows in the footsteps of Christ. Christ came to earth, a perfect being, to not judge people, to not condemn people, to not look down on people. All he did, all I read that Christ did in the Bible was going around from town to town and healing people and preaching the word of God, and trying to show people the way to live. Like, all these disciples preached was brotherly love and care and understanding, and trying to win people over by understanding them, by being compassionate towards them. So now Christianity has gotten to a point where I see it as just people get into Christianity for what it can do for them. Like, most of the preachings that I see are about, I don't want to get into that because I need to think detailedly before I can fully address this, but this is just a talk from the emotion that what I heard invoked. But the point of this whole talk is, I want everyone, regardless, my plea to everyone is, find something greater than yourself that you can believe in. Find something greater than humanity that you can believe in, because there is nothing that makes me feel more secure than my belief in God. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. There are times when I just think about it and it gives me so much confidence, so much strength, so much backing. Like, so many things have happened that if I hadn't had God, I would have probably been so sad, so broken, so oh my God. But because I have Him, because I know that His thoughts towards me are of good and not of evil, to bring me an expected end, because I know that His love is constantly with me, there's nothing that makes me feel down. Nothing. And that is the absolute truth. If you talk to people, and it's something that I've always intrinsically had, because if you talk to people, and people that have known me, usually when bad things happen, or when I'm in bad situations, what I always do is laugh, and I never knew why. But I guess it was that part of myself trying to express itself. But even then, I wasn't fully aware of it. But now, whenever anything bad happens, I just laugh, because I know and I believe in myself that whatever has just happened is leading me to where I'm supposed to be. It's helping me get out of a situation that wasn't meant for me. It means that the situation I was in, I have gained everything that I was supposed to gain from that situation, and now it is time for me to move on. But I want people to be able to live with that, not to be able to have that kind of confidence, because I know that when I was in the world, when I wasn't a devoted Christian, when I didn't have something greater than myself that I believed in, when I was just a Christian going through the motions, I know that I didn't have that confidence, and I know that I still feared death, and I still feared making the wrong decision. I still feared doing certain things because I felt like, oh, it may not turn out well for me. But having fully devoted myself to Christ and fully devoted myself to Christianity, all of those fears are gone. Every single one of them. So that is all I wanted to implore you to do. even if you don't, even if, like, I am a Christian and I want everyone that this message is able to reach, I want to be able to be confident that you are living your life on the right path. And for me, I believe that's Christianity. But if for you it's something else, just as long as it's something that gives you confidence beyond yourself, because I feel like the longer you live, the more you experience, the more God will reveal himself unto you, and then eventually you can meet or get into the situation that will cause your conversion. But I just want you to be able to live in that fullness of what it, because it's the most blissful way of living. Well, it's the most blissful way of living that I've ever experienced, and I can't imagine anything more blissful. But yeah, that was just my 10-minute rant about why I believe people should be Christians. I'm still going to make a proper message or a proper video addressing Christian behavior. Well, I'll think about it. If I can think of something that will be significant enough, I'll make it. But I still intend on doing that. But I just want to say thank you again for coming back and watching. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, because like everything is just, so I don't know when I'm going to upload this, but when I do, I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. Peace to pieces. Deuce.